never give in. Never, never, never.
George Angus talks to George Davidson, Charlie Spence and Alan Coburn about their experiences.
That was down at Jeanfield. It was in a wood that ran at right angles to the wood on the roadside. It ran out into the field, and the OB was in the middle of that. But the wood's cut down now, and the field's ploughed up, and the OB was blasted. The army came along about 30 years afterwards, after the war came along. The thing, it fell in, and they discovered it.
Yes.
Nobody had told them anything about it, and there was about at least 100 pounds of high explosive in it. And the army was at fault at not attending to this. Mm-hmm. However, no damage was done. The army came eventually and put a charge in and blew the place up. And all the trains were stopped.
Yes.
Very big, very important day.
I really don't remember. We all knew each other so well that we just got in touch with each other immediately and gathered at our operations base. Yes, indeed. We had a lot of heart searching about it, because we were told that if we had the opportunity, we'd to shoot the person that had been caught.
So that he couldn't give information to the enemy?
Yes, and it probably would have been much kinder to shoot him than to leave him in German hands.
Well, as I say, the whole point in that and the secrecy is that no member of the public must know where we were. Otherwise, we were done for.
Yes.
Because Germans would have a way of getting the public to speak.
That's true.
No bother at all. Just
yes.
pop one or two of them off, and somebody will talk. So anyway. As I said, we were congratulated as being the only one on the lot that had never been discovered.
Yes, yes.
But it was really only once I went for training.
For training, yes.
I was supposed to be trained after that, and I took the platoon down. And we were the leading platoon in the district, so we had the honour of representing it was Scotland we were representing at the finish, and we got third, which was very good, I think.
Yes, yes.
Because Kent was first, Sussex second, and East Lothian was third. Yes, when D-Day was approaching and we were all expecting something, the word came round and they asked for volunteers to go to a special mission. Again, all secret, very secret. And went down in the train, and we were sitting in a restaurant. I remember we were sitting in a restaurant in the station at King's Cross. And the radio was on, and the news came through that the long-awaited Anglo-American invasion of Europe had taken place on the coast of Normandy that morning. That was the first we heard about it. Mm-hmm. And then we were told we were going overseas. That frightened us a wee bit. And then we discovered we were going over the Isle of Wight. And we had quite a good holiday there for a fortnight. And we were patrolling at night along the downs.
Yes.
There was a German parachute unit over in the Calais, Calais region, and they didn't know what was going to happen to it, so that's what we were supposed to be defending or watching for or looking for.
Yes.
And I suppose we did a good job but it was a very short period, because the war moved on up the coast.
Yes.
And no, there was really nothing happened. I had the experience of going into a cinema and having a rifle between my knees with 5 rounds of ammunition in my pocket, just in case anything happened.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I was in the Home Guard at Linton, and they asked for some volunteers. Of course, they couldn't say what it was for,
No.
but I felt that when I was exempt as a farm worker from going into the army proper, that I would volunteer
To make up
to
for it.
make up for it, to
Yes.
do something more for the country.
Yes.
And that was how I got involved.
So did you go on these training exercises? then?
Yes, well, it was down at Coleshill and through at Monksford, it's in Boswells.
Did you get to Balmoral?
No, I did not, because I couldn't tell the Mr. Thompson, who was the farmer, where I was wanting to go, having to keep it secret. So he said, if you can go some other time when we're not so busy. So that was it.
Very high explosives, nitroglycerine and sticky bombs that you could throw against something, and the sides caved in and it stuck to the vehicle or tank or whatever. And we also had other explosives that we had to fasten tape to railway lines or telephone poles or electricity pylons or anything like that to disrupt communications, or of course to get into East Lothian aerodrome, which was to be our main target, and put explosives on aeroplanes if the Germans had planes.
They would have been German aircraft,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
You also, I believe, had equipment which even the regular army didn't have.
Yes, with one very fine machine gun that we were issued with right at the beginning, when they were fairly certain there was going to be a landing. But the one thing I parted with a great regret at the end of the war was my Smith & Wesson revolver. It was extremely accurate, and George here also had a Smith & Wesson revolver that he was very accurate with.
Good.
It was a hopeless night, bright moonlight, as bright as moonlight is possible to be. And we were all caught, but I was fortunate, I was very fortunate. I happened to be in a ditch. I looked along the ditch and I saw the patrol coming along towards me. As they passed over, I clapped into the side of the ditch. As they passed over the top of me, the leader said, if they get over the railway, they're in. So I proceeded to crawl through the field on hands and knees and up the railway. There was a train came from East Lothian, from the Edinburgh side, and passed over me. And just immediately after that, I wanted to come the other way. So I had a very fortunate chance to snip over the railway. And after that, I discovered there was no sentries, and I just proceeded to toddle through the field at Crocky, a ploughed field. Fortunately, it's very nice sandy ground down there, and I made the boundary of the aerodrome when the all clear sign was given. So I didn't really, technically, I didn't get in, but I reached the boundary, and well, they knew all about it anyway.
Alone among all of the European countries engaged in the war, Britain already had an underground resistance force in place, whose aim was to harass and destroy enemy supply links and communications. This force was given a name which was deliberately vague, so as to arouse no suspicions. The title Auxiliary Unit was coined, a name which had already been used in the army, but which bore little or no association to any existing military activity. Clearly, the auxiliary units were also expected to carry out an intelligence gathering role, passing on details of German formations and their locations to Auxiliary Unit HQ. Such messages would have been sent by the Signals Group, based in Smeaton Wood, and comprising Alec Niven, James Grieve, schoolmaster in East Linton, and the remarkable Reverend Souter, minister at Whitekirk, who acted as runner and who is still posted missing